Sigismund ordered an attack on the Jewish quarter. We need to get everyone out of there fast.
Bloody hell. I just got ailed up so nicely today.
Oh, that is just great. My mother's life is in the hands of a drunkard.
Don't worry. We'll save your mother.
And everyone else too. Don't forget that.
You seem to care an awful lot about these people, sir.
Are you surprised? It's all my fault. If they weren't helping me...
That droid of Sigismund, may his name be erased, would have found some other excuse to get rid of us.
Look, it's not that I don't feel sorry for you, but don't you think maybe we could make the horses go a little faster? At this pace, we won't make it there in a week.
Samuel, how... What was the story with your mother and Martin?
Do you really want to talk about this right now?
It may be the last chance we get. We could both be dead in a while.
All right. But like I said, I never actually knew Martin. He once came to Kuttenburg and fell in love with my mother. But she is the daughter of a rabbi. Obviously, she could not marry a goy.
And tonight, you will see why.
If you want, Mame will surely tell you more, if we can get there in time.
Then we better hurry up.
All right. Schnell! Schnell!
What's the matter? Why are we stopping?
We will walk from here. We cannot drive right into those murderers' arms.
But how do we get into the town then?
We will go through Sheol.
There are many abandoned mine shafts under the town. One of them ends here.
Won't it collapse on our heads?
We'll find out soon enough.
Follow me.
What a blessing it is to have found the passageway.
I would be happier if you could do it.
We all would have but it has been time to spend
Killed our savior.
What did you just say?
Nothing. I'm just blabbering.
I dare you to say that again. Loud and clear.
You know what, sir? Just ignore me and be glad I'm here. And you up front, pick it up, little curva. My arse is getting numb. You killed our savior.
What did you just say?
Nothing. I'm just blabbering.
I dare... dare you to say that again. Loud and clear.
You know what, sir? Just ignore me and be glad I'm here. And you up front, pick it up, little Kuttenburg. My horse is getting numb. So, do you hear anyone?
If they manage to get all the way here, it is all over.
No, I think I must have just imagined it. Let's keep moving. We should split up here. Me and the rabbi will go this way to the shul. We have to take the Torah and warn everyone.
What about us?
You keep going straight ahead and then to the left. You'll get right to the King Solomon Tavern. Gather up all the secret documents and wait for us.
Shouldn't someone come with you, just in case? How about Kubyenka here? Henry and I can handle it.
Well, if you insist.
Was that all the contempt you could muster up?
Well, good luck. We'll see you up there.
This way, Henry. Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stack of my papers in the tavern. And if they fall into Sigismund's hands, people in other towns will die too.
Do you think we're going to make it in time? To find the papers? Save the people?
I pray we can, Henry. There's nothing more I can do. Hopefully everything will be all right at the tavern. My stash is locked away, and Samuel's friends are guarding the place. But who knows what the situation is like in the streets now.
Are you afraid?
Me? Do you have any idea how many times I've had to run from a burning town or deal with a hired assassin?
More than once, I reckon.
A lot more, I can tell you. But I admit, I was afraid every single time. Damn it!
What's the matter?
The door leading up to the tavern is open. Samuel's men wouldn't have left it like this. Somebody else must have got in.
I think there's someone walking up there.
Go and check it out. If they took anything down here, they mustn't get out alive. I'll gather up my things in the meantime. I'll meet you outside the tavern.
Christ, that's some good drink. I can't just leave it here. We're going to gut you. Fucking hell. Do it! Don't like it? Too slow.
Baruch Hashem, Henry. You're all right.
Sam, you're back already? How does it look outside?
A few of the cutthroats got in over the walls, but we dealt with them. But there are more outside the gate.
4 of them were here in the tavern, too.
Fortunately, they didn't take anything important. But your friends paid for it with their lives.
What?
I'm so sorry. If it's any consolation, Henry here has already taken care of those cutthroats.
But they didn't look like they just came to the tavern by chance. Eric must have sent them. I'm really sorry about your friends. We got here too late.
There was nothing you could do. Benavis Hamartes. This Eric is really pissing me off. I've never laid eyes on him, yet I cannot wait to wring his neck.
What about your mother? Is she all right?
She is, thank God. I told her to get ready, and we would come for her right away.
All right. We got what we came for, so we better get out of here, eh?
I'm sure Mama is waiting for us. We have to take her to the shul.
You go ahead. I'll lock the tavern and block the secret passageway so no one else can get in.
But sir, if any more of them come here...
I can take care of myself. Now go. God be with you.
Adam, is that you?
I climbed over the wall. One of them must have hit me.
Get up. We have to get to the shul fast. Can you walk?
I can't.
Don't worry. I'll help you. Henry, go and get Mummy. She will be in that house on the left. Bring her here.
What's the matter? Where's Sam?
Don't worry, ma'am. He sent me to take you to him.
Mein Gott! What happened to him?
Nothing. He's out on the street helping the wounded. Let's go now. We're out of time.
Wait! Who are you anyway?
My name is Henry. I'm, Do you remember Martin, the blacksmith?
Of course I do.
I'm his... son.
Was sagst du?
Sam told me that...
Watch out! More are coming! Run to the back, it might be safer there!
What's going on?
Sam, are you all right?
I'm fine, but we will talk when you are safe. Now run!
We have to get to the synagogue. But how?
Through the backyard. Follow me. Watch out! They're shooting at us! From the ramparts! Get rid of them! They're gone. We have to keep going. Through the yards. Help us! Leave us alone!
Please leave her alone or...
shoot you an extra asshole. Like us all. I'll be done with you in a flash. Ha, keine Sorge. Oh mein Gott.
Thank you, lad. Give me a moment to recover.
We cannot get past the wagon. We have to go this way. Through the house.
Christ, my head! Come on then!
Still not enough? Christ, I'm hit!
Mummy, are you all right?
I'm fine. But what about you, mein Kind?
Still alive. We can talk later. Now, we have to go.
Take them all out! Come on! What the hell?
What is it, fuckers? You'd rather slaughter women and the defenseless?
Let's go! What's going on up there?
Go inside. Quick. To the fucking task.
I've never been so glad to see you two.
In need of a helping hand, are you?
No, I just don't want to die here alone.
There they are.
Well, now we're really fucked.
Mustn't get inside. We have to hold them back. For how long, though? As long as we need to.
Not him! I want him alive!
You led him on nicely! Nice strike! I'll be done with you in a flash. Come in here!
Wanker! man is mine!
Sword!
Let him have it! Spare him! Your word! Stim myself! Smash him on the head! Nice! Come here! Get him to you! Kick his ass! Come on!
Hit the shame! You're not broke yet?
Walk that off! Nice strike! Tough shit, buddy!
Come on! Everyone's inside! Henry, come on!
God mogen meer.
Let's go. It's this way.
Damn. That was a close shave. I reckon.
Thank you, Henry, for everything. Thank you, Henry, for everything.
Don't worry, even if that happens.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, lad. I thank you for everything.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Mein Gott, boy, have you not helped us enough already? Now we have to manage on our own.
I know this might not be the best time, but do you think we could talk about Martin?
Right now? Well, all right then. How is Martin actually?
He died. It's only been a few months.
Oh,
Sigismund burned down my village. Pa went to help Ma, and well, they both died there.
I am sorry to hear that, lad. But that is the Martin I knew. He always put others first. At least you survived. That would make Martin happy.
I'm sorry I don't have better news to give you.
Do not worry about it. I am just sad he died before he could meet Samuel.
Is everything all right?
Yes, do not worry. We were just talking about Martin.
How did you meet Martin, if I may ask?
It was such a long time ago. He wanted to open a blacksmith shop in town, but there was no place among your people, so he tried his luck in our quarter.
And that's where he met you?
The rabbi gathered the good men so they could decide whether we wanted to have a goy blacksmith. And Martin wouldn't stop looking at me all night. Then it went schlock auf schlock.
So what happened that made Martin leave you?
My Martin would never leave me. My father found out we were seeing each other and did his best to drive him away. To marry a goy is isur deoraisa, forbidden. But Martin would not give in, and we kept seeing each other, until one day I was ubore.
That means pregnant.
Yes. My father knew that if word got out, he would not be able to avoid the shame. So he did not miss a beat and took me out of town in secret. I did not even have time to tell Martin the news. I was gone for almost 4 years. In the meantime, my father told everyone that he had married me off. But my husband died. And he only let me come back when he was sure people had accepted it.
And what about you? Did you ever find another man after that?
No. My father called me a widow. So I stayed a widow.
And he didn't try to find anyone else for you?
You know he did, but it never worked out. I made sure of that.
Did Martin not go looking for you when you suddenly disappeared?
People said he did go looking for me, even as far as Colin, but he did not find out anything at all.
If only he had gone all the way to Prague.
Even if he went to the very edge of the world, it would not have been enough. Father would have hidden me somewhere else.
And did you ever go looking for Martin?
I asked around, but no one remembered anything. Or they chose not to. That was probably my father's doing too. And I could not just leave and go looking for him around the world. I had to take care of Samuel. That was the most important thing.
All right. That's about it.
Before you go, tell me, what was Martin like as a father?
Well, he was strict with me, but not too much. Especially in the forge, he worked me hard. So I dream about him quite often. About that last day and what he said to me while we were forging a sword together. He said a life of adventure can be over before it begins. And that blacksmithing might be a dull job, but I'll keep my head on my neck.
He was absolutely right.
Well, look at me now.
You saved all our lives. Martin would be proud of you. He raised you well.
I'm sorry to keep you this long, but... well, I never thought I'd have a brother, even if not related by blood.
Well, I did not expect that either. And thank you, my almost brother. If it was not for you, I do not know how today would have ended. What are your plans now?
I'll go back to the Devil's Den. To Zizka and the others. We need to figure out what to do next.
I will see you there then. But first, I have to escort everyone to Colleen. I do not want anything to happen to them on the way.
Everything should be all right now.
Take care of yourself, dear brother. I will see you this time tomorrow at the Devil's Den.
Have a safe journey.
Sei gesund.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to the stream. How we doing?
Don't worry, even if that happens, it will be able to...
Thank you, Henry, for everything.
Yes, pull it will.
Thank you, boy.
I still hear it. The screaming.
What if someone notices? So what? He's not stealing the horses. He's buying them. He knows many of them.
Return, O Lord. How long shalt thou be wrathful? Have compassion for thy servants. Fill us with thy mercy.
Look at it. All ablaze.
We survived. For a while there, I thought we were gonna die.
Many have died, indeed. It is a hard trial to go through. So many lives lost, the shul in flames.
I'm so sorry.
All right. It was too late. How happy I would be if we could get everyone out. But what is done is done.
What will you do now?
Now we must find help in some other community of believers. We will try our luck in Colin. Many of us have relatives there.
Do you think you'll be pursued?
Well, the mercenaries might follow us, but hopefully it will not come to that. Chas v'sholem. We will split up into smaller groups, so we don't attract much attention until we get farther away from the town. Besides, who would chase us when we have nothing? We left everything behind in the town.
So the agreement with the lords in Rabors no longer stands, eh?
What makes you think that? Do you not trust us?
I do, but you've lost everything. I don't think you'll be able to contribute to our army anymore.
It is true that the Kuttenburg Kehille cannot pay for the army now, but others might, Be'ezras Hashem. Especially when they get word of what happened here.
Sarah told me you drove Martin the blacksmith out of town. Why would you do that?
I had my reasons.
But if you hadn't done it, he might still be alive.
Perhaps. But what about you? If he had not raised you, would you be here today helping us?
No. Probably not. Who knows what my mother would have done without him. God be with you, Rabbi.
Sei gesinnt, and please, watch over Samuel.
You managed to get the documents. What's next for you? Will you go to Jobst, or come with us to the Devil's Den?
I've been thinking about it, and the time for spying is over. There's no one to convince, no one to break, no one to blackmail.
So what then? You going home?
Not yet. Actually, I'll escort these people first. I feel responsible for what happened, and maybe I can at least make up for it a little bit.
But we still have a lot of work to do. We could surely use a spy master.
A spy master is of no use without his network. Only a few of my people are still here, and I wouldn't bet my life on any of them.
Well, that doesn't matter. Maybe you could be useful in other ways.
No, Henry, I played and I lost. Now it's up to the rest of you.
All right. Have it your way. Have a safe journey, Sir John of Liechtenstein. God be with you.
And with you, Henry of Skalitz. Take care.
Return, O Lord.
What will happen to us now?
So, are you sober yet?
More than I would like. You know, Henry, I've been through a lot of battles, but this one was real shitty. Like defending a village that's under attack by other villages.
Well, I'd say one side was a bit more innocent than the other.
I suppose so, but still. Yesterday, this bunch of idiots would never dream of attacking anyone. And today, putting such bloody-mindedness into people's heads. Oh, it is all too easy.
You're probably right. What now? Are you going back to the Devil's Den?
Why do you ask? Do you want to come with me?
Not yet. I've still got work to do here.
Go on. I will wait here.
Surely we cannot just leave them here like this.
There's nothing we can do now. We must get the wounded out of here first.
Are we just supposed to bury them
Look
by
at
the
it.
side of the road? Where
All
is
ablaze.
Miriam?
Where is Miriam?
Where is she?
Where is she?
What will happen to us now?
Look at it. All ablaze.
Return, O Lord. How long shalt thou be wrathful?
Look at it.
All right. We can go to the Devil's Den.
Fantastic! The more people riding together, the merrier. That applies not only to roads, but also to wenches.
Well, let's just stick to the roads for now.
My respects. You silly doggy.
Good day, sir.
How are you?
Well, to tell the truth, it's not as bad as I imagined here. I'd heard so many stories.
Well, people do like to spice things up.
I know. But anyway, I feel good. I feel like I fit in here. Nobody's judgmental. Everyone helps everyone else out.
I'm glad to hear that. If you ever need anything, or if anyone ever bothers you, tell one of Dry Devil's men. They might be a bit rough around the edges, but you can trust them.
Fine, Henry. I will. Thank you.
Were you at the last mass? I didn't see you there.
Just as well. I fell asleep during the sermon.
I'm not surprised. The sermons have been awful lately. If I hear about the woman with 10 silver coins one more time, I'll scream. Maybe we could test some wine.
That would make it more bearable.
Got nothing more, flavor here?
Flavor? What does that even mean?
You're always welcome here.
Henry! You have no idea how glad I am to see you alive and all in one piece. I was really worried about you. I prayed to Our Lady the Protector to watch over you in Kuttenburg. It's good she heard my pleas.
Thanks for putting in a good word. It definitely came in handy. because it wasn't nice at all. Lots of violence and death, countless foes. We could have easily kicked the bucket any moment.
God damn! What happened there?
I don't know if words are enough. Simply... it was just like Skalitz. Confusion, screaming, dying, and then the flames. The worst part came when the gate fell. It was as if the bloody gates of perdition opened for a moment, and hell surged into the world.
God protect us! God damn it! I should have gone there too. I could have been some use at least.
I'm always glad to fight by your side, but you wouldn't have changed anything there. There were too many of them, and when the whole street was thronged, there was no stopping it. All we could do was try to hold back Eric's people as long as possible, so the locals could flee to the synagogue. See, there's a hidden tunnel inside it, leading out of the city.
Fucking tunnels! Ugh. But thank Christ for them. What about Liechtenstein?
He's fine. And he managed to get those mysterious documents of his out. He left with the survivors for Colleen.
Praise God. He's from an old and glorious house. It'd be a dreadful pity if he got left behind. The main thing is you got out. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to thank you properly for coming to Malashov for me.
Oh, you can easily rectify that here and now.
That's exactly what I intend to do, my brave and faithful companion. First and foremost, be it known that if you should ever similarly find yourself in captivity, I swear before our Lord Jesus Christ that I shall come
Oh yeah,
to
for
you
sure. For
as
sure he
you
was.
came for me. And secondly, I have something here for you. A truly knightly reward for your knightly deed. A hunting
This
bow
better
that
not
has
be
no
good.
equal in the province.
Better be good.
I hope it'll brighten your thoughts after all those horrors. It can fell the mightiest buck deer and enchant many a doe. And besides...
Yo, after what I did for this guy, this better be better than what I have.
Thank you, friend. Just a moment. This bow looks familiar. I believe I saw it among Margrave Yob's things.
Good heavens. You really don't miss anything, do you? When I found out that Yobs would gladly leave me locked up, it got my blood up. So, to pay him back, I relieved him of the bow in Raborsh, and it was immediately clear to me that that bow should go to none other than you.
That is certainly just, I'd say.
I knew we'd see eye to eye. It'd be great to try that bow out right away. We could ride out together on the hunt. Wine, bacon, wine, the deep woods, a quiver full of arrows, wine, shoot some deer and celebrate with wine, like we used to do back home.
We only went hunting together once.
Yeah, but it was memorable. Don't tell me you wouldn't like to do it again. But first duty, then some fun, eh? You'd better be going.
How'd you like Devil's Den?
Well, it's better than the Malashov prison, but not much.
Aren't the beds soft enough for his lordship?
I'm more bothered by how small the place is. You feel like the walls are closing in on you. But at least I can go for rides around the area.
Where'd you go for those rides?
Well, not very far, just from... Oh, damn. What's the place called? Horshan? Aye. From Horshan to Bohuniewicz and back. Why go to the ends of the earth when there's so much to see here? I found a nice hunter's camp in the forest beyond Bohuniewicz. It's not exactly close, but it's quiet at least.
Oh, Christ almighty. You haven't started poaching again, have you?
You could say that. This girl from Bohuniewicz took me for a lovely... ride.
Oh, that's enough. Spare me the details. What happened when von Bergov hauled you off after the Nabokov battle?
It was a dreadful journey. Jesus, don't even remind me. It was a bit better in Malashov. Apart from being locked up, of course.
What did they do with you in Malashov?
Nothing much, actually.
They took care of my wounds, and then stuck me in a room with Brabant. But they treated me decently, as befits a noble. Von Berghoff came asking questions a couple of times, but that was about it. Only I almost went mad from being cramped in that damned room. It's a good thing you got me out of there.
What was the problem with the room?
That I couldn't get out of there. You saw yourself when you came for me, didn't you? It's just that since Nabokov, when they shot the tower right down on my head and I was stuck there. Well, since then, I don't feel well in cramped spaces. Actually, I never did. I always preferred to be outdoors. But since Nabokov, it's worse than ever. I had a feeling the roof would fall on my head again and I'd be buried alive.
What did von Berghoff want from you?
Just the usual courtesies. The captivity of nobles has to observe certain formalities, you know? It's not like they could just throw you in some hole. They behaved fairly respectfully, but of course he was fishing for information about Radzig and Hanush and especially Jobst. What they're planning, how many men they have on the field, who else they're negotiating with and that.
And what did he... Tell him.
Nothing that he didn't already know. I played as dumb as the village idiot. I only told him they sent us with that message and discussed the rest when we were gone.
And did he swallow it?
I think he suspected I was bluffing a bit, and then he tried to loosen my tongue by letting me go hungry for a while. But he soon gave up when he saw he was getting nothing more from me.
My word. Nice work keeping him at bay. They didn't let you out at all? But you were in that room for ages.
No. They let us walk around the fortress a bit. We even went out for a ride twice, but they watched us like hawks. Not a chance of escape. But most of the time we were in that room. Like I say, I'm really glad you got me out of that hole.
I understand. It's a bit awkward for you that the nobility lives in castles.
That's a fact. Once I get my hands on my estates, I'll build a new castle that only has huge rooms and lots of spacious courtyards. And above all, no secret passages.
Great. I'm really looking forward to this new castle of yours.
You can be the castellan or something. Don't worry, I won't forget you. I'll even have a forge built so you feel right at home.
But the main thing is, you're alive and kicking. And back with us.
Indeed.
What do you make of this Brabant fellow?
He's unquestionably a remarkable knight, that Vakelin. He rambles on a lot, though. My head nearly burst listening to him sometimes. Although it was better than being stuck there alone. Otherwise, he seems to me like a bold and worldly gentleman, if a little obsessed with wealth.
I honestly can't stand him. He's as full of tales as an old fishwife, and half of them sound very unlikely indeed.
No one's perfect. As for his constant chatter, you have to learn how and ideally not get locked up in one room with him. Instead, he did the opposite. And give him a chance to prove himself. You'll see for yourself.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Careful.
filthy. Damn it. Why the hell do they pour the beer on the table? Oh well, now just this.
flagon of ale, thanks.
Aye. What can you do? What more do they want? This'll have to be.
Maybe I boiled that belladonna longer than I should have.
Good doggy. Good boy.
If I'd had fresh herbs, it would have turned out better. If I'd had fresh herbs, it would have turned out better. Next time I should use fresh herbs. It's a shame I didn't collect fresh herbs.
Making some saber schnapps potions.
With fresh herbs, it would have...
Let's go. Strong Saber Snops. Come on. Hey. Hello.
Nah, not good at all. That'll be those old herbs. Next time I should use fresh herbs.
Hey, how's it going, Ethan Carter? Shout out Ethan. Check out his channel. I'm just over here making some savior schnapps so I can actually save the game while I'm out fighting and doing things.
With fresh herbs, it would have turned out better.
Yes, sir. Got to get the schnapps up. I'm fighting this Hungarian warlord Sigismund. I got to make sure I come correct.
Next time I should use fresh herbs.
Yes, I believe I do. It's in my stash. Why do you ask? Why do you ask? What does it do? I'm definitely willing to try it. Can you make sure to put that in the comments or maybe on another video? Because it actually didn't show up all the way on the stream.
Next time I should use fresh herbs.
Greetings, sir.
Nice out today.
What?
Taking their time again.
I heard you fought in the Battle of Kosovo. Is that true?
Why wouldn't it be?
I heard it was a horrible massacre, and there were no survivors.
Horseshit, lad. That's just horseshit. It was a massacre. Aye. A terrible slaughter. But the other side lost many men as well.
So how did it happen? Tell me. I don't think I can quite imagine such a massive battle. How many soldiers were there?
Countless, lad. I'd never seen so many take the field. At least 10,000 men on our side. And Sultan Murad must have had at least twice as many with him.
So how did the battle go?
Lord forgive me, but it went to shit.
Could you be more specific?
Specific? Well, I only know what people said after the battle. When you're in the midst of it, you don't see what's happening around you.
Which was?
Oh, it's hard to describe. Attacks are followed by retreats, and between that, only fatigue.
Thanks, Ethan. If anything, I could just probably Google it later when I'm in the mood to make some more potions.
The cavalry crushed the Turkish left flank. It looked good for us. But alas, that was just the beginning. Soon, we got ours too. We fought valiantly.
Did you already beat the game? Are you on hardcore mode? What's your story?
Our center. The Sultan's Janissaries attacked us there. Damn devils, and raised all hell. Revelers of blood soaked the ground.
How could you survive something like that?
You can't give up, and death isn't an option. But then a rumor spread that Prince Lazar had fallen, and everything began to crumble. But he was a tough old warrior of the Nemanjic royal blood. He wouldn't give up just like that. With an arrow in his eye, he climbed his horse and rode straight for the Sultan. Well, that's how he saved us. The battle then lasted until evening. But no one had the strength to force the enemy to retreat.
God bless.
And where did you fight?
In the saddle. I'm a nobleman, after all. But I lost 3 horses under me. So in the end, I also fought on foot. We're on the left flank.
Damn, bro, I can't even get the Master Strike right. I would get completely owned.
Began to flee. I mean, if it wasn't for Nicholas Gabriel, we wouldn't be talking here today.
I feel like
the commander.
it's hard for me to master like the swordsman. I guess I'm more of an archer. I always play the archer type, and I'm just not getting the swordsmanship. It's like I don't know. I can't block for shit. Just doesn't look as good as what I see online.
And the Ottoman rabble did not cut us to pieces as we fled.
So who won in the end?
The battle lasted all day, and in the end no one knew who had won, because both sides left the field. Only later did we find out. Prince Lazar had fallen there alongside all his Serbian nobility. Still later came the news that Lazar had been captured and executed by the Turks the day after the battle.
They executed a prince?
Aye. They beheaded him, because someone had slit their sultan's throat like a piglet.
So you didn't win?
It's hard to say. We held our own against the odds and survived. Only without their prince, it was just a matter of time before Serbia fell into the new Ottoman Sultan's lap. Fortunately, I didn't stick around to see it. All the same, even as I'm telling it, it strikes me what an adventure it was. I suppose time heals all kinds of shit. In the end, you forget the bad things. And yet, I can only thank God that Nicholas Gabriel was there.
Your captain?
Aye, him. We actually became friends of sorts. He even taught me one of his sword tricks.
He did?
Aye, really. I could even show you sometime. A memory of the good man who saved my arse on that day.
Good to know, good to know.
Would you show me this?
Why not? I'd be happy to show it to you. But whether you understand it is up to you. Oh, at any rate, you need to be quick and thorough. Because for one, when you knock it aside, you open up space for a deadly blow. Now come and try it a few times.
Hey man, Ethan, I'm wondering how often do you save? Or I don't even know if hardcore mode lets you save, but I feel like I'm neurotic in how often I save. I can't have a conversation go wrong or a fight go wrong. I'm constantly saving. It's so annoying.
Have enough onions for the soup?
Aye, of course.
Pleasant evening. Another day almost behind us, eh, Henry?
Same to you, Hans.
Can you save on hardcore mode?
What do you think of our band of outcasts?
Well, I cannot say I expected to end up in this kind of company. I am more used to royal courts or at least wealthy burghers.
Are you
But
able
a
to
man
save
must
on
accept his
hardcore mode?
destiny as it comes.
How do you get on with Sir Hans?
Oh, young Lord Chapon may be inexperienced and hot-headed at times, but he's the one of the few here who knows how to play chess. And I have a great respect for chess players. Needless to say, he has not managed to beat me yet. Godwin and Jiska can also play. Ah, and that devil in press clothing beat me. Merde.
Oh, dude, I could definitely do hardcore mode then. With how much I save, like, I don't know if you ever played Final Fantasy, I literally save after every decision. It's so annoying.
What do you think of Zizka?
Le Chevalier Jan? Well, he's not doing badly for a minor nobleman, but I think he will never be accepted among the higher nobles and knights. That takes a lot more. Mark my words. I am a good judge of people.
Have you met Godwin?
The priest who is very skilled with a sword. Priests should not be such good swordsmen. That is what knights like me are for. In addition, he can play chess just as well as he wields a sword. And in drinking wine, he beats even the best Frenchmen. A man of talents. Or perhaps the devil is behind it.
Have you had the chance to meet my half-brother yet?
Samuel. It is strange that he joined your... our group. It is not usual for his, people. But he's certainly a good reinforcement.
I can't get Catherine out of my head. I don't understand her. I'm sure you have more experience of love than me. What do you make of her? Why is she with us?
Ah, you're right. I am a connoisseur of love like I am
I
of
kind of
wine.
like the negative
But for my
perks. I think
tastes,
it's like
Mademoiselle
a
Catherine
kind of
is
like a cool
somewhat
feature.
aged vintage. Though, I have to admit she's full-bodied and fragrant.
That's not really what I meant.
It's already
Why
a
isn't one
super
like her with
immersive
us?
medieval role-playing game
I had the feeling
that I feel like
something
that
terrible
adds to the
happened to her
immersive nature of it.
in the past.
So do I. But what?
I have no idea.
But she is fond of you, if you ask me. Try asking her, and maybe something will come of it. L'amour.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about all
I'm a good
that.
judge of people, trust me.
But I would consider myself somewhat of a cartographer in a way. Like, I like navigation, and I feel like it brings you more in depth in like what the journal entries are for the game, for the quest. So you actually have to read through and really understand the quest versus just kind of jumping in guns blazing.
What do you think of Sir Hynek?
Ah, le diable sec. A capable chevalier. But I do not trust him. There is treachery in his eyes.
You think so?
My instinct rarely lets me down.
What do you think of Kubienka?
A good warrior. But he has no morals and no manners. Like all mercenaries.
Well, I don't think he cares much about that.
And that is just the problem. How can you trust a man who does not want to be a knight?
How do you get on with Janosch and Adder?
Oh, those two. Once in Kuttenburg, I also had a servant who pretended not to understand me and thought I did not understand him when he spoke German in my presence. But he was wrong. He is no longer my servant.
Sir Vaculin, you've had an exciting life. Tell me some stories.
Bien sûr. Your interest is gratifying and quite understandable.
Where does the name Brabant come from?
That is simple. My compatriots call me that because I am originally from Brabant province. And the name stuck. One day, I shall tell you about my place of birth, but I am sure you would long to hear about the conquest of Arezzo, yes? Or would you rather hear how I saved the King of France from certain death?
Luckery and Cargouche. Sounds like a pair of jesters.
En aucun cas. Jacques le Gris and Jean de Carouge. There's two great knights were in a legal dispute over an estate. But above all, when de Carouge was on a campaign, Le Gris fornicated with his wife. She claimed that he had raped her, while he said he had seduced him. And because everyone swore to their own truth on the Bible, the matter had to be settled by combat. First, they jousted. Then they fought on foot with sword and axe. Le Gris thought victory was in his grasp, but de Carouge suddenly pounced on him, wrested him to the ground, and beat him so terribly that he knocked off his helmet and cuirass. Even so, Le Gris refused to admit his guilt, and de Carouge drove a dagger through his neck. And if you promise not to tell, I will let you into a secret about that dagger.
Tell me the secret. I promise I'll keep it to myself.
Bien. As I say, de Carouge killed Le Gris with a dagger. And I found that dagger in the mud after the duel. A blessed blade, an instrument of divine justice. The dagger that ended the last trial by combat France ever witnessed. An item of great value. So, I had several copies made and sold them to rich French noblemen. That is how I first came into wealth. And I used the coin to buy the horse and armor I needed to set off in pursuit of glory in battle.
Ah, that was a good idea. I'd never have thought of that.
You still have a lot to learn, mon ami. But you're young, you have plenty of time. Just keep your mind and eyes open, like I did. It was one of the greatest things I ever saw, and I have seen a lot. Believe me, half of France came to watch, including the king himself, who then banned trial by combat in France forever. I later told the story to anyone who was interested. One of my listeners, a certain Froissart, wrote my icon down and became famous. I could have written it myself, of course, but I am happy to help others find success.
How did you save the King of France?
With Providence as my guide, mon ami, I came to the court from the field of battle to bring news of our victory, because, and remember this, the bearer of good news is always rewarded and cherished. But the king was in a bad mood and did not wish to be disturbed. Maybe I thought the news of our victory will dispel his ill humor.
How could you tell him if he didn't want to be disturbed?
Ha! I climbed up to his balcony and into his chambers to surprise him with the joyful tidings. And lo and behold, the king was writhing and gasping on the floor, overcome by one of his fits. Wasting not a moment, I dashed over to him and unblocked his throat, thus saving his life. In return, the king bestowed on me the title of Échanson, or cupbearer, and other generous gifts. And I then spent a while in his service at court. Unfortunately, though, even the king's favor does not last forever, and minor mistakes can come to overshadow good deeds.
What happened at court that led to you being out of favor?
Well, perhaps I shall tell you some other time. Would you not rather hear about the glorious duel between Le Gris and Carouge?
Thanks for sharing your story.
Sir Vaculin, you've had an exciting life. Tell me some stories.
Bien sûr. Your interest is gratifying and quite understandable.
Tell me what happened at court that caused you to lose favor.
Ah, a major setback and a gross injustice, mon ami. It is an unhappy memory, because it was the first time that La Dame Chance abandoned me.
It's nothing to be ashamed of. We can all learn from our failures. And I bet even your failures make for great stories.
Oui, that is certainly true. Very well, then. I suffered a combination of misfortunes all at once. But bad luck in business and on a hunt were the worst of all.
How did you end up here?
Leaving the court with a modest sum, I launched to visit faraway lands. I traveled a lot, spending time in various countries, and having many great adventures. When I learned that l'Empereur Charles, that great friend of France, had built the magnificent city of Prague in Bohème, I had to see it.
So people in foreign countries speak highly of Prague?
Bien sûr. It was abroad that I heard of King Wenceslas' silver city and its reputed vast wealth. I bought the abandoned Miskowitz estates and shares in the Kuttenburg mines. And for a time I settled here to provide for myself and wait for King Wenceslas, whom I wished to serve. But even here fate did not let me be. When Sigismund brought his army to the city, I appointed myself to lead its defense. For how better to make King Wenceslas aware of me than by saving his beloved city? Victory was assured, but the burghers had other ideas. The city was handed over to the enemy, and I with it, stripped of my possessions. I languished in captivity, until fate again stepped in by sending you to Maleshov.
Arezzo sounds interesting.
And so it was. That is where I earned my knighthood from the great Enguerrand de Concy himself, the commander of our Naples campaign. Enguerrand arranged his forces for battle, and I was put in charge of one of the cavalry units. Out of nowhere, the enemy appeared on our unprotected flank, and Enguerrand set me to hold them back so our main force could regroup. But I saw a gap in the enemy's main phalanx. I sounded the charge and sped forwards.
Wasn't that rather risky?
Un chevalier français fears nothing.
I reckon King Sigismund would think otherwise after Constantinople.
That was completely different. Alors, I caught them by surprise. I hacked my way to their standard and broke through all the way to the enemy's reserves. My attack sowed confusions in the enemy's ranks that encouraged the overlords who raced to join me, scattering everything in their path. And that is how we won the famous victory at Arezzo. Seeing that the force that was supposed to protect them had been routed. The city then surrendered to us. No doubt you had no inkling at Maleshov what a knight you had the honor to meet. And of course, my feats on the field of battle do not end there.
A bold maneuver.
Quite right. Courage is my middle name. Just as Monsieur Chapon says, Audantes Fortuna Juva. That day I was the bravest of them all and won the day.
So you disobeyed your commander and left your flank exposed? Your attack could have ended in a total fiasco. You were lucky the others came to your assistance, and your entire force didn't collapse.
I hear envy speaking, but you are still wet behind the ears. So, I can forgive you. In short, I saw an opportunity and took it. Moments like that can decide entire wars.
What did your commander have to say?
He made me a knight and sent me to the royal court to inform the sovereign of our triumph.
I reckon he wanted to get you out of his hair.
Do not talk nonsense.
What other feats have you performed in battle?
Oh, many, mon ami. For one battle does not make a warrior. It would take a week to recount them all, so I will just tell you about my second greatest feat. On the Italian field, we faced John Hawkwood, a ruthless Englishman and a fearsome warrior. Surrounded, we were at his mercy. Night fell, and we knew he would attack at dawn, and that would be it. But just then, Providence put an idea in my mind.
You went to parley?
Mais non! You cannot reason with les Anglais. Unobserved, I mounted my horse and set off to find help. And, La Dame Chance was exceedingly kind to me that day. As I rode away, by chance, I stepped it off of our horses. Thinking we were trying to break through, les Anglais went to head them off. But while the English were occupied with Myceli, our units managed to flee. I saved many men from certain death that night, and many lords from the disgrace of capture. Needless to say, I was generously rewarded for my valor.
That is indeed incredible. But you were just trying to flee, weren't you?
I wanted to bring reinforcements, but as I say, I merely follow Providence, and she guides my steps, from triumph to triumph, wherever I go. Stick close to me, Henri, and Providence will favor you too.
Sir Vaclin, I'm surprised how well you speak our language. Where did you learn it?
Where do you think? Here, of course. Ce n'était même pas difficile. Perhaps I have already mentioned that I am guided by Providence? She endowed me with many talents, mastery of language among them. I can communicate almost everywhere in the world, and learn every new tongue in a trice. I now speak French, German, Italian, Latin, Hungarian, and Czech. Some English, though that is only a necessary evil.
What was the hunting incident?
We were out in the royal hunting grounds when I caught sight of a white stag. There had long been rumors about it, so imagine the prestige I would have gained by getting it. I set off after it, pierced its flank with arrows, and unleashed the hounds to finish it off. When I arrived, it turned out that my hounds had not killed a stag, but the horse of a lady, a court favorite of the queen's. I fell out of her favor, and all the doors became closed to me.
Christ almighty! How could you have mistaken a horse for a stag?
I did not! It was the hounds! The stag must have got away, and in their frenzy they pounced on the poor horse.
That's nonsense.
Oh, why do you say so?
Hunting dogs are trained to go after game. They'd never attack a horse, especially hounds from the royal kennels. You must have made the mistake and set them on the horse.
Well, normally that would be true, of course, but the hounds I was given had some kind of sickness that addled their wits. I do not remember exactly. No doubt they gave me those wants of purpose. A misfortune like that, which could indeed happen to anyone, would make lesser men roar with laughter. But the other lords were afraid I would outshine them, so they were waiting for a chance to get rid of me. And that chance came along, unfortunately.
You were in business?
Of course. I come from Brabant province, home to the greatest entrepreneur of all. My birthplace gave me an unrivaled nose for corn, and the reputation of a financial expert. I was nicknamed the Seer of Louvain, and also the End of Midas. That is, until I persuaded an important nobleman to invest a large sum in maritime trade with Africa. All the ships he bought sank in a tempest. He had to sell off part of his estates to pay off his creditors. Of course, he wrongly blamed me for everything and turned many influential courtiers against me. But my advice was sound. He was simply punished by God for fornicating with every wench from the Pyrenees to Brittany, bragging about it and thus bringing shame on his gentle wife. I told him as much, but some people never admit their mistakes and prefer to blame others.
A sea voyage from France to Africa? You must have known that was a massive risk.
A risk, perhaps. But think of the fortune to be made. A man must think big if he wants to achieve greatness, no?
Big ideas often lead to big trouble. Storms, pirates, sea monsters, uncharted waters. It was a disaster waiting to happen, Baron. You should have tried the Baltic trade route.
You are right. That would have been safer. But that is under Hanseatic control and there is too much competition. Africa, mon ami, that is the land of opportunity. The Arabs sell to the Portuguese via Ceuta, and they sell on to us. Just imagine selling further and trading directly with African kings, cutting out all of those middlemen. Remember this, because one day I will be proven right.
Tell me about Brabant. Province. Is it far from here?
Quite far. From Bohemia, you would go to Kuttenburg and then follow the river Main until it joins the Rhone. Then you sail down the Rhone until it reaches the sea. And there, between the river and La Flandre, you will find Brabant, with its wealthy cities. Anvers, Bruxelles, Louvain, and many others. But those three cities are... the equal of Paris, Rome, or your Prague. Both the Dukes of Burgundy and the imperial princes would like to annex our land to theirs, because its flourishing trade has made it rich. But like everywhere else, you can only come into wealth by birth or by enterprise, which is how I did it.
Thanks for sharing your stories with me, Sir Backlin. Tell me, how did the siege of Kuttenburg go?
Ah, mon ami, poorly, poorly. But what could I do? Stand down from leading the defense like a coward? After all, I had to live up to my reputation. And at the time, it did not look hopeless at all. I thought it would be enough to stall Sigismund for a while before the Allied army arrived. And that would not have been so difficult.
Only no army arrived.
Précisément. The hope for a swift end melted away, and the courage of the burghers along with it. I, who fought in 5 countries, was relieved of command, arrested, and handed over to Sigismund.
What other countries have you fought in?
In Italy, against the English, here of course, and I will tell you about the others another time. In the meantime, however, I can pass on some of my experience to you. After all, I am not getting any younger, so it is time to pass my wisdom on to future generations.
I'd like to learn.
It will take some time, and a few groschen, mon ami. Acquiring my art came at great cost, so I cannot pass it on for free. Especially now, when I have been unjustly stripped of my possessions, and I must rely only on my sharp wits. Ainsi, Valdesta, what would you like to hear?
Sir Vaclin, no doubt you're a master of melee weapons, but are you good with a bow?
Am I good with a bow, mon ami? You should see me hunt in the forest of Ardennes. I once hit a bison in the eye at 200 paces. You will never be that good, of course, but I will show you how to do it. And I think, with my instruction, you should manage it at perhaps 80 paces. Allons-y, mon ami. Let us not waste any time.
God bless you, sir.
I'll be right with you.
What a day that was. And what?
Could you teach me any other recipes?
What?
What was that?
Not only fish, it can look different way.
And where can I...
That is secret. If you make one, crown the...
Could you teach me...
What do you...
How is big...
First stir up, put bit of...
Could you teach me any other...
What do you...
How was that...
First, then, you know...
I'd like to learn.
It will take some time acquiring more, especially now. What would you like to...
I want to know how French knights wield a sword.
Eh bien, you, les Bohemians, you fight like lions, just like the Germans. It's all brute force and frenzied roaring. The French chevaliers are like stags, agile and mature. They move with the grace. I will tell you about those. Allons-y, mon ami.
Hey, like this.
God. Very much.
I'd like to
acquire a special soul.
as an
Certain. I would only. Allons-y, mon.
I bring bad news. Fortunately,
Fuck.
Samuel and the rabbi.
Shit. We have to find dry dab. Come on. There's no time to... Right, gentlemen. I think it's...
I've got some.
Hey? Well,
How can I help you, sir?
Show me your wares.
Happy to be of service, sir. Christ, pardon!
I'd like to learn something.
It will take some time. And a few groschen, mon ami. Acquiring my art came at great cost, so I cannot pass it on for free. Especially now, when I have been injustly stripped of my possessions, and I must rely only on my sharp wits. Ainsi, Valdesta, what would you like to hear?
When we were fleeing...
On my travel? So, pay attention. Allons-y, mon ami. Let us know. waste any time.
Yo, 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 yo. How's everybody doing? Thank you for watching. Where's everyone joining from? US, Europe, where we at? Where we at?
What are you here for, friend?
I'll have a look at the wares. I'd like to do something about that price.
Well, I suppose we can try.
Only because...
You really won't convince me like... Finally! Thank you, sir. And come again.
on there.
What can I do for you?
I have a question for you.
Ask away.
You don't seem like... an ordinary innkeeper to me.
And what else would I be, eh?
Oh, come on. A tavern in the middle of nowhere, yet always full. And full of rogues on top of that.
Me? I'm but an honest man.
An honest-to-God fence, eh?
How dare you?
Ah, stop with the mummery. Are you afraid I'll turn you in? You think I want someone sniffing around here? It's in my best interest to keep my trap shut.
All right, then. Pretending to be a poor old innkeeper was getting bloody old anyhow. If you ever find any... lost items, bring them to me, and I'll take care of the rest.
I reckon the two of us will get along just fine.
I'm glad to hear it. In that case, you're always welcome here.
What's new around here, innkeeper?
Well, nothing much. If there was something, I'd tell you.
What do you have for sale?
I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir.
I bring bad news from Kuttenburg. Eric's soldiers and the town rabble have torched the Jewish quarter. Fortunately, we saved most of the people. But I doubt they can form an alliance with us now.
Fuck. Where are they now?
Samuel and the rabbi took those who survived to Colleen.
Shit. We have to find Dry Devil and Capon and decide what to do next. Come on, there's no time to waste. Right, gentlemen. I think it's clear to all of you what a shitty fucking mess we're in. We were caught off guard at Rabosh.
And they nearly fucking kill us all.
Yes, and they attacked the Jewish quarter.
Thanks a lot for reminding me. I almost forgot.
At least Henry here and Kubienka got most of the people out.
That's true. Good work, men. How did it all go down?
Well, to tell the truth, we were lucky as hell. We got there before it all started in earnest. That's why we managed to get those people out.
Lucky my arse. We gave those bastards a thrashing. They thought they'd loot and torch the whole place, but we scared them shitless.
It is nice that you found my people's suffering so entertaining. But what I want to know now is how you all intend to avenge them.
Well, what do you have in mind?
Sigismund and von Bergov think they've got rid of us, so they'll have dropped their guard. We should attack.
You go fucking crazy? No?
Zygmunt ma za sobą całą armię, a my nie mamy nawet dość zapasów, żeby nakarmić Janosza.
Come on, lads. Jobst will bring his army soon. It'd be fucking mad to try on anything big before that.
It might take weeks for them to arrive. Von Bergov will have found and caught us by then. We have to get rid of von Bergov. It's because of him that we're in the situation we're in, after all.
You mean in the shit, Sir Hans? No need to mince words.
Sir Hans here is right. It's starting to piss me off the way von Bergov's been stringing us along all this time.
That fucker is Sigismund's right hand. So we'll chop it off.
Why kill him? You know what ransom we can get for that bastard.
You all fucking daft. Von Berger was holed up in Malishal, so unless any of you can fly, we can't get to him.
Oh, that's true. To take a cost like that, we'd need a dozen men. Ladders. And maybe also a trebuchet or cannon.
There's no maybe about it. We'd certainly need a cannon.
So we steal the one von Berghoff? Use at Nebakov.
Why don't we just... Steal all the silver from the Italian court and buy our own, eh? Use your head before you open your mouth.
Hang on. Maybe Janosch's idea isn't all that bad.
How do you mean?
I recently sent Catherine to spy on Sigismund's military camp near Opatowitz. She told me von Berghoff has his cannon stashed away there. But it seems things are getting a bit out of hand there. So the Prague regiment he's in charge of is going to move it to Sedlec, and it might not be that well guarded along the way.
So we'll steal it, right? We'll wait till they go through some ravine, and we'll shoot at them from the rocks. The way you did to us before Nebakov.
I see you've learned something from me. But it's not that simple. What we need is for one of us to get amongst the... Pragas.